Well, Cary Lake has officially joined the 2024 Arizona run for Senate. And Cary Lake, if you're not familiar, is this individual who worked in the media and then ran for governor in 2022 in the midterms and then lost. And since then has been pretending that she won. She used the Trump playbook and has said that the election was stolen without evidence, and she has failed in her court cases to bring forward that magic evidence she says actually exists, and is a sore loser like Donald Trump, and has carried that all the way to her next candidacy running for Senate. So I'll show you some moments from her rally where she made this announcement. Trump called into it, had a video message, or not called in, but had a video message played at this that we'll watch as well. First, this disastrous, as always, just a random moment. I was quickly, when I saw this news was breaking, grabbing some clips that she had been sending out on X. So this was one of them, making a profound point about the media.
I'm with you too. I'm with you too. This next year, I want to warn you, is going to be even crazier and nastier than the last election cycle. It's hard to bring it on. Bring it on, he said. And the media, our friends in the media, are going to be incredibly awful. So I want to give you guys a pro tip, since I worked 3 decades in the media. It's always opposite day with the media. Whatever they say, assume the polar opposite. The people they attack the most, i.e. President Trump, are the people who are fighting for you the most. They really are. So we know they're going to run cover for all of the career politicians. That's
okay. So I think it was behind the scenes with Stephanie Ruhle, if I'm not mistaken, of 60 Minutes, where Trump reportedly said, the reason I call you fake news is so that whenever you do stories that are not flattering about me, my followers won't believe them. And that's what Cary Lake is doing so obviously there. Hey, you know how the media is going to say that I've been lying about democracy and can't accept a democratic election result, and not to mention and lying about all these other policy subjects? Yeah, everything they say, believe the opposite, I guess. That will be your navigation system for this election. That does work out for her when any accurate reporting would indicate why she is such a bad candidate. Then Donald Trump had his video played at this event, and I'll show you Cary Lake introducing it, then the video itself.
7th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Hello, Arizona. I love Arizona. It's great to be with you tonight and with your next United States Senator, Kari Lake. I wish I could be there with everyone, but I'm busy on the campaign trail and fighting off all of the bad people. And we're running for president. We're doing really well. We're leading every poll by a lot, in fact, record numbers. And when I'm back in the White House, I need strong fighters like Kari in the Senate. She is a fighter. She's strong and she's good. She's got a great heart, by the way. For 4 incredible years, my administration brought historic peace and prosperity to America.
And then he goes on to his normal things there. So Cary Lake will be running against Ruben Gallego, a Democrat, and Kyrsten Sinema, now an independent. She's the incumbent. So it creates this sort of unconventional situation where Kyrsten Sinema is the incumbent, used to be a Democrat, now an independent, but has alienated a lot of the Democratic base. And now Cary Lake, who also alienates a lot of the Republican base, and then Gallego, a Democrat, and just a lot going on there. Because she's just now getting the race and we're still pretty far out, it's hard to get a sense of where the polling sits. Not so shockingly, you have polls that are commissioned by Gallego's campaign that say he's leading Cary Lake, and every time Kyrsten Sinema's way down, trailing both of them. And then you have more Republican-leaning pollsters showing that Cary Lake is leading. So it's going to be likely a close race, and hopefully Gallego will prevail. But we'll see how that picture becomes more clear as we get closer to the actual election. But we saw this coming. She doesn't want to fall out of relevance. She desperately wants power and knows that the elections aren't actually being stolen. Otherwise, if they could just steal the election, why is she running again? But just can't accept that it's all over with her last campaign. So keep saying, yeah, technically I should be governor, but I'm going to run for Senate, and I guess I want you to trust our election systems enough to go out to vote for me. But if I lose, it'll be stolen again. And that's what's so exhausting. Because I'm an optimistic person, I'm going to advocate for and hope for and believe in the possibility being likely that Gallego will prevail. And if he does, we all know what's going to come. It was stolen, it was stolen, it was stolen from Cary Lake, which is exhausting at this point. But what we have to deal with, and it is breaking down one step at a time for so many people, the perception of legitimacy in our democratic process. Not because they actually have a reason to convince their followers of that is justified, only a reason that is based on pure self-interest and putting themselves beyond the importance of a functioning, legitimate, and perceived to be legitimate democratic process. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show and the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. And there's a link in the description.